Hey, what's up YouTube? My name's Sean. This is my first video on my very first designated build. I've done a lot of engine building over the years. I've done some F350 turbo diesels. It's been a lot of fun, but I haven't built anything for myself yet or any kind of a discipline. I've really wanted to do off-road racing, so that's where I kind of started this, little odds and ends, rear end, stuff like that. And I more recently decided I'm going to be drifting. I want to drift a truck, and it's a 95 Dodge Ram pickup. I mean, come on. Single cab, short bed, real short wheelbase, like a Miata of trucks, I guess. So anyways, here's the first video, and I walk home, well, I don't walk home today, but I show up at the front door, and my birthday present's here, and I cannot believe this is what my wife got me, so big shout out to her. She got the coolest part. I've been bugging her for a while about this. This is the first major step to my drift build other than the roll cage. And it is, ba-bam, my hydraulic handbrake. And look at this. Isn't she beautiful? Amazon.com, I think I spent 35 bucks on it, delivered to the door. I mean, I cannot complain about that. It's not a high quality slave cylinder, and that's where you're paying for things when you're talking about, you know, $100, $200 e-brakes. You're looking at slave cylinder and build quality. Well, I'll tell you what, this is CNC machined aluminum, and it's built really well. And looks like every piece is replaceable. So God forbid something breaks, go down to my local machine shop and have them remake it for me. Have them make a couple if that's the one that broke. With the slave cylinder here, I figure I'll probably get 4 or 5 events out of it before she pops. And then I'll go down to my Napa or Merle's or whatever your favorite auto parts store is, and get yourself one that bolts in. It's gonna have the same bolt pattern. You're gonna want, it doesn't really matter on the length, you're gonna want the same kind of stroke on the shaft, so to speak. No dirty jokes, people. Most of them are gonna have that little nubbin in there, so to speak, that threads into the handle itself down here. And you can get a higher quality one that way, and it'll still be a lot cheaper than spending $200-300 on a high-end handbrake, when all you're doing is buying this, and I can go down and get a really nice one of these for about 50 bucks. So all in all, I'll be $75 in, and I'll have something that's just about as nice as some of the higher end ones. I do love this. It's got its own little pullback. Just on the spring pressure, it's really smooth, no crunching sounds. I love it. This is gonna be really cool. I also got the one with launch control. As you can see here, that's what this little hook's for. Let's flick that back down. And so you pull your brake back, you lock them rear tires, and you hit your hook and let it go. And then you hover your hand like you see them doing in all the videos and rally racing, and that's what they're doing, is they got that brake lock. And all you do is flick it back. If I get my finger out of the way on the bottom, let's try that again here. All you're gonna do is pull it back and it drops away and you're gone. So anti-lag, turbos, you're trying to build boost, you just want a cool launch, that's what that's for. So if you get the option, go ahead and get the one with the optional brake there to hold it in. It'll probably make a big difference, and when you get better at drifting, or you get yourself a bigger turbo, or get a turbo to begin with, this is really gonna help you instead of having to hold that brake, especially if you got a manual transmission, you wanna rip the gears really quick. You can just hit this, hit it back, and then hit your gear if you need to. So yeah, this is the first part, and she also got me more to this. I don't like, I'm gonna preface this with, I don't like stainless braided line. Flexible line to me is cheating. It really is. It's really easy to work with, it's really easy to use. I'm not gonna hate you for it. I just personally, I don't like it. I like hard lines. I love hard lines. I'm gonna rephrase that. They look better, they look cleaner, and it just shows that you really took your time with your build, and you really cared about it. You're really something you wanted to show off in some kind of an art form. So with this being named the Death Trap, I want to put everything that I put into it. I want it to look nice. But here it is. There's 20 feet of stainless steel brake line. I got it for 10 or 15 bucks online. It came with all of my fittings. I've got a flaring tool. If you're gonna do this, do yourself a favor. Get a good flaring tool. Not a high-end one, but don't do a cheap one. The flaring tool is going to ensure the seal when you put everything together. And get yourself a good tubing venter. You don't want a cheap one that's going to nick and scratch and mar your steel up. You just don't. Go ahead and spend a little bit of money there, especially if you plan on doing a lot, like I do. I bought some really good tools, and I plan on doing this a lot. I want to hardline as much as I can as I build this truck from the ground up. I bought her about 4 years ago, and I'll give you some more details in the next video. Today's just kind of an introduction to me and the DEATHTRAP starts. Let's go back to that roll cage. I'm getting it put in next month by Dirty B Fabrication here in Tucson, Arizona, and I've been recommended to him by a lot of shops, a lot of different fabricators that don't do roll cages. They say he's one of the best. I'm gonna take their word for it. I trust these guys, and he's been great working with me on designs and getting everything kind of worked out, what he wants out of my end and what I want out of his end and how I want the final product to look. I'm just doing an interior cab cage right now. I don't plan on tubing the chassis out yet, and I don't plan on putting a cage in the rear bed of the truck and attach it to the vehicle unless I need to. My frame's already boxed in, so I don't think I'll have too much flex, but if I end up having a lot, then I'm gonna have to reinforce it and put the cage in the back of the truck. Tube chassis for me is mainly off-road racing, or if it turns out I'm really bad at this and I hit the front end a lot, I'm shoving through corners, or understeering through corners is the technical term. Then I'll tube up the front end so I don't keep going through radiators and suspension components and things of that nature. The other thing I want to let you all know is that most of the work is going to be done myself. I don't have access to a welder yet, so all the welding is going to be done out of house. Everything else is on me. So if you have any questions, you have any concerns, you want to make a comment, let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is the DEATHTRAP drift build, and there is going to be a lot of fun had and a lot of really cool tips and tricks that mechanics really don't want to tell you about, really don't want to show you. Oh yeah, one more big shout out. A lot of the reason I'm doing this handbrake and the stainless steel tubing is the guys over at Hoonigan Racing, DC Sports. They are a big inspiration to me. Hertz, you guys are awesome, and I really inspired by you, and so this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna build myself a truck and a drift truck and have some fun. See you guys next time, where I show you how to rip the interior out. Well, not rip. How I show you how to pull the interior out and get the interior of the cab of your vehicle or my truck ready for a cage. Thank you all, and again, hit that like button. Let's see how many followers I can get. This is gonna be awesome. Have a great weekend, y'all.